engaging the community since 1970. This is WIS Awareness.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us on Awareness Today. I'm your host, Leland Pender, and it's almost time for the 41st annual Jubilee here in South Carolina, put on every year since 1978 by historic Columbia. This family-friendly event is coming up on September 21st this year from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. that day, and it's a festival celebrating Black history and culture here in our state. There's a lot to look forward to this year as the festival brings together musicians, dancers, artisans, storytellers, and a whole lot more, again, to celebrate Black history and culture in South Carolina. And this morning, I'm joined by two of the people that helped put this whole thing on from historic Columbia. This is James Quint, Director of Education, and Don Mills Campbell, a longtime Jubilee committee member. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Glad to have you. How long is long time?
Long time, at least. I'm in my second term, going on, 5 or 6 years.
All right.
Yeah,
so you know the ropes at this point.
Yeah.
All right. So, tell us what's new this year. 41 years. Last year was huge for you guys. Your 40th anniversary. Had a lot going on then. What's happening this year?
Well, it is the 41st year, and as you said, last year was a big year, but we keep doing it over and over again, bringing that new excitement, and we've got a good lineup of entertainers this year.
Yeah, so, obviously there are new entertainers every year that are at the festival. Two special things that are going on this year is we're going to have a celebrity appearance by Karen Parsons. She is a children's author, but a former actress. She was on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and now a children's author. And so her new book is actually set in South Carolina, so she's going to be at the festival. And we're also going to have a special panel discussion, which doesn't sound that exciting, but it's all the founders of Jubilee. So it's those folks that really got the festival going at the beginning. They're going to be out there and having some conversations about why they started the festival, how it's changed over those 41 years, and where they see it going in the future.
Give us a sneak peek about that. 41 years is a long time for anything to, consistently and consecutively happen without any gaps in between. So how did this get started, and how has it been able to persist over all these years?
Yeah, so it was really a bunch of community members who said we have to raise the awareness of the contributions of African Americans throughout Columbia's history, and also celebrate the cultural aspects and contributions of African American culture, food, the history, everything that makes Columbia special and great. And so that's how that festival got started. It's not just Columbia specific; it's meant to represent the entire region, South Carolina, the Midlands. And so individuals from all across the state come each year and help us celebrate that. And
it's a really good time. You just saw some pictures there on your screen of what takes place there, in addition to the food and the music and all the other events and the artisans and artistry. You guys have street vendors who sell their art and things of that nature. So there's really something for everyone. Again, a very family-friendly event. Dawn, when people attend this festival every year, what are you hoping they leave with when it's over?
I hope they leave with a good sense of what the African American community has contributed not only to South Carolina but to society as a whole, and really get a look at some of the things that we've contributed, such as dance, art, music, and really come away with a good feeling that it's not just for African Americans, but it's for everyone. And so that's what we want them to take away, that it's a good family-friendly environment. Everyone can have a good time celebrating African American history and culture, and just leave there feeling good.
And so we have the Jubilee Festival. We have Latino festivals as well. Korean culture is celebrated, and some others. The Greek festival's coming up in Columbia.
Same day, same weekend.
Yes. Okay, there you go. So kind of give me an idea why it's important to really have a time and a space to individually celebrate these cultures, in this case, Black culture, and why that's okay to do.
It's okay to do because we're not being, separated, but we're showcasing African American history, something that everyone can celebrate, because we're not just a community in and of ourselves, but we have impacted society as a whole, everyone, and we can all come together. And because, music is widespread in any community, and you'll see examples of it in other communities, whether it's Latino or what have you. And so how we cross the barriers, the racial barriers, the ethnic barriers, the generational barriers, and we all come together. So it's something we can all come together and celebrate.
And
you know, I even enjoy the Greek festival, and you know, and we see crowds coming from the Greek festival to the to our festival as well, and we get that cross traffic. So it's a good time to just celebrate each other.
Exactly. On a Saturday, so on the weekend, hopefully the weather will cooperate.
Hopefully.
Lots of folks just wandering about, and if you happen to stumble in, or if you plan to go, hopefully you plan to go, you're guaranteed to have a good time. All right, a quick break this morning. Coming up next, we're going to talk more about Karen Parsons and some other special guests you guys have coming when we come back here on Awareness.
If you call shotgun to reserve a seat in the front of the car, what do you shout if you want to sit in the back? Come in now to your Volkswagen dealer and lease the spacious and refined 2019 Atlas S for just $319 a month.
They risk their lives for our freedom. As a commitment to our military heroes, WIS is dedicating 2019 as the Year of the Veteran. It's a chance to give back and offer more than just our thanks. All year, our goal is to make a real difference in the lives of our veterans, to connect them with the help they need and let them know how much we appreciate their sacrifice. To learn more, go to wistv.com/veteran.
Year of the Veteran, sponsored by All South Federal Credit Union and Bathfitter.
This is the Chevy Silverado with the world's first invisible trailer.
Invisible trailer?
Hop in. Silverado offers an optional technology package with up to 15 different views, including one enhanced view that makes your trailer appear invisible.
Wow. That's pretty sweet. That's cool.
Yeah. Where's the trailer though?
Or get a total value of almost $11,000 on this Silverado HD without optional tech package or enhanced invisible view when you finance with GM Financial. See your Midlands Chevy dealers today.
This is where my accident happened. I was just coming home from work. This is what my car looked like. I knew there was no repairing it. This is what I looked like after the accident. It was such a long recovery process. It was a lot to handle, but George Sink Injury Lawyers was there.
I'm attorney George Sink, and we know how difficult life can be after a car wreck. We're here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you've been in a car wreck, this is the number to call, 999-9999.
WIS is partnering with Harvest Hope for a food drive for veterans in need of assistance. Join us Monday, September 30th at any of these Rush's locations to help feed our American heroes.
Year of the Veteran, sponsored by All South Federal Credit Union and Bathfitter.
When you pay extra for a turbocharged engine, you might feel the need to show it off. But if it comes standard, you might not. Come in now to your Volkswagen dealer and lease the sporty, driver-inspired 2019 Jetta S for just $169 a month.
Welcome back to Awareness this morning, talking about the 41st Annual Jubilee coming up here in Columbia. It's a festival of black history and culture in Columbia, but really for the entire state. And a part of the festival this year, some really special guests will be attending. And here are two of them right here. You might recognize this first face. This is Karen Parsons, perhaps better known as Hillary Banks from the 90s sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And also, singer, performer Jubille will be in attendance to provide a few selections for the crowd. So, tell us about Karen Parsons first. She's has been very popular and well known since the 90s when The Fresh Prince was on air. What she bring into this festival, and what can we look forward to?
Well, for Karen Parsons to be here, she's just come out with a new book called How High the Moon. The setting is in South Carolina. So for her to be here at this festival and to talk about her book on the main stage and then do a book signing, it's a great opportunity for families and youth to engage with her and to understand what the South and South Carolina means to her, especially through the readings that are in the book.
That's awesome. So she's an author as well. Can you give us a sneak peek what the book is about? If it's set here in our state, any inside information?
I think I don't want to give it away because I don't know how much. I think she wants to kind of talk about the inspirations that have driven her with the writings that are in that book. So I'm gonna back off on that one.
All right, that's good. That's really cool that she's coming. I'm a big fan. Many people are.
But what I like about it is the fact that we're bridging generational gaps. Mm-hmm. We have something for children, we have something for our adults, and plenty for our seniors. And our children can come together with our seniors, with our demonstration artists that we have on site, and learn some things. As I was talking earlier, I was sharing with you that my son is 12, and last year at the festival, he was able to sit down with some of those seniors who were doing things like quilting or basket making or crocheting, and just learn from them. And that's very important, to have our young children sit down with these elders and learn some things that are in our culture that are almost forgotten.
And preservation of those customs and traditions and whatnot is so important. This is a really fun event, of course, but there is some educational aspect to it as well.
Absolutely. We are very big on our educational village for our children, hands-on activities that they can do with these artisans and what have you. So we'll have all of these kinds of vendors on site, education vendors, those who are out there selling their African attire or jewelry or whatever, for everyone.
So in addition to that, and Karen Parsons, Jubille is going to be there as well. Talk to me a little bit about how you go about selecting these performers or artists or authors to come in. How does that happen?
It's a teamwork. The committee gets together and we sit around and we discuss, okay, this year is coming up. Who do we want? And we throw out names, people that are in our network, people, you know, someone may know someone that we can invite in, and we just get the ball rolling. We reach out, make contact if they're available. If their budget fits our budget, we can bring them in.
And this is no small undertaking, especially given the fact the festival's free. If you'd like to attend, there is no cost to attend, but somehow everything has to get paid for it. It all comes together. So tell me about that process.
Yeah, so certainly the city of Columbia and Richland County, they contribute some money just to bring in tours from out of town for the festival. But also we have great sponsors that support the festival, and that's really what makes that festival free. And so them supporting us, and then we work with the entertainers and help them understand the importance of the festival and the mission of the festival. And so oftentimes they want to be a part of it. And so whereas they might charge a fee to perform at some other music festival, we usually, once they kind of understand who we truly are, then they come down a little bit. That allows us as a nonprofit to meet in the middle there. So
that's awesome.
So that's usually how we secure all of that.
I gotcha. That's awesome. I don't want to skip over Jubille. Tell us what you can about him coming to the festival.
So he is a kind of a neo-soul kind of R&B artist who was recently nominated for 2 Grammys. He's worked with Kanye West before, and so he, is a really a rising star that I think really started to grow in the late 90s, early 2000s. And so as more and more people are becoming aware of his music, the excitement keeps growing about that. And so we're very fortunate to be able to have him at the festival this year.
That is awesome. And additional musical acts you can look forward to include the Benedict College Concert Choir, Benny Starr and the 420s Band. There's various Jubilee choirs assembled just for this event. So
every
there's
year, yes.
a lot to look forward to. Are you guys having the gala this year? The Jubilee Gala?
No, we're not. That was last year to celebrate the 40th anniversary. But this year we're doing something just as big with the Majeska Simpkins project.
So we always encourage, the festival takes place at the Man Simon site, but we also encourage people to visit one of the other sites just a block away called the Majeska Simpkins House. And she was a pioneering civil rights leader here in South Carolina. And so that 2000 block of Marion Street that the house is on is being renamed in honor of her, called Majeska Simpkins Way. And so we're definitely encouraging people at the festival to go down, visit that house. They can take a tour of that house, see her, see kind of the legacy that's there, and learn about her as well. So that is something that's special this year too.
So what's it like for you all, whether it's the Jubilee or any other event you guys do, because you are historic Columbia and have your hands in a lot of different pots, when you bring this history to the surface for people and you see them learning things about our city and our state that they probably didn't know before and would have never known otherwise, what does that do for you all? It's a part of your mission, so I imagine it's a great feeling.
It is a great feeling, and just to get that educational component out there to people, and just to see their minds awaken, and that they learn something that they didn't know before. And that's what historic preservation is all about. You've got to know where you've come from in order to be able to protect that, preserve it for the next generation. It's a good feeling for me.
Yeah, and we always want people to make connections to their own life. So seeing something that happened in the past that may connect with a person who's seeing the exhibits or doing some of the activities that we have out there is really special to us. And also we always have a call to action. So, be active in the community, take part in civic participation of some kind, whether it's preserving historic structures, whether it's just becoming more engaged in our community, because that's what makes our community special.
All right. Thank you, Bill, so much for being here this morning. Again, coming up September 21st, the Jubilee Festival in downtown Columbia starts on Richland Street and goes over a few blocks from there. All right. The first ever Carolina HBCU Talent Showcase is coming up. What this is all about when we return.
What do you mean it isn't covered? The other car was at fault.
Don't scream. Call Akeem. The jury gave us a $2.4 million verdict for our client who was injured in a car wreck. Don't wait. Dial all twos now.
To get your attorney, dial all twos now.
We are South Carolina asphalt workers, and we love what we do. We used to be where you are. We used to be stuck, not knowing what the future holds. The way we look at it now, we are proud of what we do. There is so much room to grow. We're a family. We're paving the way for our future. Right now, there are jobs available where you live. Get on the road to a better you.
I mean, if you haven't thought about switching to Geico, frankly, you're missing out. The mobile app makes it easy to manage your policy, even way out here.
Your marshmallows.
Get digital ID cards, emergency roadside service, even follow. Whoa. Oops. That cheeky little thing got away from me. My bad.
Geico. It's easy to manage your policy whenever, wherever.
Can I trouble you for another marshmallow?
In the Midlands, thousands of veterans and active military families rely on Harvest Hope for their next meal. At WIS, we believe that no one who has served our country should worry about being fed. As we continue our Year of the Veteran, we are partnering with Harvest Hope for a food drive for veterans in need of assistance. Join us Monday, September 30th at these Rush's locations to help feed our American heroes.
Year of the Veteran, sponsored by All South Federal Credit Union and Bathfitter.
Welcome back this morning. The Carolina HBCU Talent Showcase is coming up, and it's being billed as the region's premier diversity recruiting and interviewing event, attracting students in STEM, the humanities, education, art, and business from regional HBCUs and other institutions in both Carolinas. It's happening Monday, September 16th at the Columbia Convention Center in downtown, 10 a.m. to 4:30 that day. With more this morning, joining me is Kathy Scarborough-Franklin, Executive Director of the Carolina Cluster Career Pathways Program. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing very well. Tell us more about the cluster, the Carolina Cluster Career Pathways Program, and this HBCU Talent Showcase.
Well, the Carolina Cluster is originated from a UNCF grant. In 2016, in December, we won a $6 million UNCF grant funded by the Lilly Endowment Incorporated. We decided to work together to leverage our resources and also economies of scale. And this event is one example of us leveraging our economies of scale in the sense that we have 9 institutions participating, and instead of each institution holding their own career fair, we're all coming together. And I'm going to list the schools if you don't mind.
Yeah, please do. These are pictures from previous fairs at Claflin.
Right.
Again,
but this is the first one that we've had as a united front.
Yes, so who is participating?
We're going to have Benedict, Claflin, Voorhees. We're the cluster members, the ones that got the grant. But we're also extending an offer for Morris, Allen, South Carolina State, Fayetteville University, Payne College, and Bennett. So those are the 9 that will be participating. So we're very excited about that.
Yeah, so people are coming, Bennett's in Greensville, Fayetteville State's in Fayetteville, Payne's in Augusta.
Right.
So people are coming from the Carolinas and Georgia to attend this event.
Yes.
Talk about what this does for students who attend these HBCUs, having all these resources in the same place, specifically there for them.
Well, I'll take you back a little bit. The reason we have a combined event is that employers had indicated to us in our employer advisory councils that it's difficult for them to go to they have limitations on their resources. So it's difficult for them to go to every small school. So they said, yes, it's correct, leverage your resources and you'll attract more employers. So right now we have over 140 employers and institutions coming to this event.
That's amazing.
So we're very excited by that also.
Yeah, that is amazing. So again, you're recruiting students who have expertise in STEM, education, art, and business. What kind of employers are going to be there? Just a few examples.
Well, we'll have Walmart, we'll have Cisco, we'll have Hubble, Geico, Aflac. Tons. Okay,
yeah.
I can't list 140 for you. Right,
yeah.
right.
Lots of good opportunities.
Right, but as you know, like internship opportunities are very, very important for our students. And I'm going to use you as an example because I read that originally you wanted to be a dentist.
I did, yeah.
And then you thought about being a teacher.
I did.
But then you had an internship opportunity to work in a TV station, and that perked your interest, and that was your career direction. So we want all of our students to have that opportunity too. We want to bring them on, get them engaged, but also give them the opportunities to understand the careers that are out there for them, so they find the best fit.
Yeah, internships are very important. They're vital to getting on that path where you want to go. All right. Didn't know I was a part of the show that way, but it worked out good.
I did a little research. I'm sorry.
Tell me about, this is your first time doing this with all the schools. So how will you measure the success of this event? And I imagine you want to do it again in the future.
Right.
What will you do differently next time?
Well, we're going to use our UNCF key performance indicators. The first is, how many students in this event receive internship opportunities and also research opportunities? We also want to look at how has this event helped with permanent placement for our students. So we're going to do that in various ways because it's going to be a team effort. It's not just the state office or one institution doing this. So at the event, we're going to give employer surveys and student surveys. Then we're going to follow up as a state office 33 months, 6 months, and 9 months. But we also asked each employer to post their positions on the career management system at each school, and we asked the schools to have their students also sign up for the career service management system, because we want to also analyze the post impact. Like once they leave the fair, is there still activity going on? And at the same time, we have Miss Valeria Green. She's the director of experiential learning for the Carolina cluster. She's also looking at the number of resumes, the number of interviews, because interviewing will take place at this event.
So that brings me to my next question. If students want to attend to, this event, what do they need to know? What should they bring with them to be prepared for?
Well, keep in mind that a lot of work has been taking place already. The institutions that commit to attend this event, they've had to prepare their students, meaning get their resumes ready. We also have a resume book available for employers. You know, work on your mock interviewing skills. What's your elevator pitch? Learn how to answer more complex questions. So you can come, but at the same time, you need to come prepared. So that's what's been going on in each school with their career service department as well as the CPI, Career Pathway Initiative directors.
Now, are you targeting juniors and seniors or any level?
Sophomore, juniors, and seniors, because we want our students to get that experience as fast as possible so that they make the correct choice for their career down the line.
Okay, tell us one more time who's a part of this and when it's going to be and how you can sign up. Do you have to register?
Well, for the schools involved, you register, but we're also allowing other students to come as long as they have their school ID. And they have to be professionally dressed and ready.
Yes. Come like you want the job.
Come like you want the job. This is my vision. I'm going to get this.
Awesome. Okay, didn't realize it was open to other schools, but again, it is. As long as you have your student ID.
And you're dressed.
And you're dressed professionally, you are invited. All right, so once again, this is happening on September 16th at the Convention Center in downtown Columbia. And I'm trying to pull up the time, 10 a.m. to 4:30. And again, the Carolina Cluster... oh gosh, I'm losing it. I'm sorry. What's
Carolina Cluster Career Pathway Initiative.
Career Pathways Initiative.
Just call us off the Carolina Cluster because it's a mouthful.
For sure. Okay. What a great event. Again, first time doing this, so I wish you much success.
Thank you
and I'm sure
much.
you'll be back for many years to come. All right, a quick break here on awareness. One more time. We'll be right back.
SUVs from $18,995 at Jim Hudson Ford. Yes, Escape's just $18,995 or get 0% financing for 60 months during the model year-end savings event at Jim Hudson Ford.
I'm a climate change voter.
Climate change voter. I am tired of politicians
who pretend they care about the climate,
but do nothing about it.
Floods, fires,
droughts.
This is urgent.
Act like it.
I'm Tom Steyer, and I approve this message because climate change is a national emergency. I'll declare it on day one and create millions of jobs by rebuilding America and cleaning up our air. Because right now, we need the truth and some action.
When you're ordering groceries, you want the freshest, most delicious choices around. Whether it's for a quick and easy weekday meal or a sensational Sunday celebration, we get you. And we've got that. And now you can get home delivery in as fast as 1 hour or enjoy same-day pickup at the store. Either way, we think you're really going to like how easy it is. See you online.
It's a good day to be alive.
Sometimes doctors make mistakes. Nurses, too, can be distracted or forgetful. Whether it's something that went wrong during surgery or a mistake when you needed emergency care. Perhaps you weren't properly cared for during a pregnancy. If you have questions about the health care you received, you deserve some answers. Call the law firm of McWhorter, Bellinger, and Associates. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
Buy F-150s with 0% at Jim Hudson Ford. Super Cruise, regular cabs, and more. 0% for 72 months. Plus, get $1,500 in trade-assist cash during the Model Year-End Savings Event.
Experience it once, and you'll never forget it.
Welcome back. I want to say thanks again to my guests from Historic Columbia and the Carolina Cluster for coming in this morning. Again, if you'd like to attend the Jubilee Festival, a celebration of Black history and culture in South Carolina. That's coming up September 21st in downtown Columbia, 11 a.m. to 6 a.m. that day. Totally free, a family-friendly event for everyone to enjoy. And also want to share details again with you about the HBCU Talent Showcase coming up here in our area. That's happening September 16th at the Columbia Convention Center, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. that day. 9 HBCUs from around the region, all students coming to our area for this event where 140 employers will be on hand looking for interns and employees. And another important note, if you don't attend one of those 9 schools, you are still invited as long as you have your school ID with you and you're dressed professionally. And be prepared, you might even get an interview right there on the spot. Well, that's our show for this morning. Thanks for joining us here on WIS News 10 Awareness. We'll see you next Sunday.
At George